Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of unspecified cosmic origin, my name is Nate, and welcome back to Cosmic Mistakes, the show that can take a 4-month hiatus off and still come back with content. And I am joined today by the one, the only, the incredibly dysfunctional Void. How are we going?
Yeah,
Doing?
yeah. We'd be doing good.
We be thriving. We
Yeah,
be existing.
yeah. We've been doing good.
Do we? Do we? Please, Void, expound on that. Tell me more.
Uh, I haven't died yet, so that's good, I guess. So yeah.
Well, look, Void, I feel like we have to attempt here, right? To explain to our wonderful audience who has kind of stuck with us for the past 4 months, where we have been completely inactive, what we have been doing in that time. Um,
Well,
so
I
do
tried to make a video this past weekend. It didn't go well.
oh, you tried. You tried.
Uh-huh.
It,
I mean,
please.
I can't be expected to do much with Vanguard footage, so
You
you know.
tried to make a video out of Call of Duty Vanguard.
Yeah, it didn't go well. It went very bad.
Out of every game you have, why that
Yeah.
one? Why?
Well, Apex is modiously boring in the sense of I keep getting killed every time I drop.
Now, I mean, but they did add a new map that is an exact clone of one that they made previously. That I
No,
forget the name of.
it has like plateaus now, rocky plateaus.
Oh my gosh, that's such
Yeah,
a difference.
it's so
I'm
big.
so impressed in the Apex design team for pulling that creative nugget out of nowhere. Wow, they added plateaus.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't stand on those plateaus without dying. But you know,
So just for aesthetic then.
yeah,
Great.
very, very unfortunate.
I, I do have to say though, when
It's not even nighttime. Like it's like a broken moon, but it's in like space, but it's not nighttime.
okay, that,
It doesn't make
that is
sense.
that is the one thing I'll continue to bemoan about Apex is I have constantly for the last 2 years been wanting rain-soaked Olympus. I've wanted that as a map
Well, it was
constantly.
cool when it was cool in the Halloween event when they finally had
Yes,
Dark Olympus.
yes. That
I
that
mean, I
was
still didn't really
that's the
play it,
best
but
variant of Olympus. That's one of the
yeah,
best variants of Olympus that they ever put in the game.
yeah. I mean, I tried to play it, but Apex
You
is
tried
not
to play
forgiving.
it. To be
Apex is
fair,
not forgiving.
and
Anyway,
and we can use this as a segue to jump on onto the main topic of what I wanted to talk about. Um, the Apex shop and the Apex UI, the way they redid it in the menu
it's
is
beautiful,
glorious. It's
beautiful.
glorious. It's so clean. The the, the shop actually made sense now. You have a good amount of, I'd say, content in there.
Right, because you got like weekly, maybe daily. I don't know. You got monthly. Then
I
you got
feel
like special, maybe or
I
seasonal. I don't know. There's a
if I
bunch of
remember,
like stuff.
oh yeah, if I remember correctly, it's daily, weekly, monthly, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then you have the seasonal one that sometimes pops up in like the battle pass window. But no, the
Yeah.
shop in Apex is actually fairly good. I and you might have a different opinion on this. I like that they cycle back through battle pass and collection event skins so that you can get them again. I'm not going to buy them obviously, but I like the fact that they do it.
Oh, I am so mad that they. I don't know if you know about this, but they changed the season 4 Battle Pass exclusive with the flatline skin, so that it doesn't have
They,
like that little undercarriage area, where like that little area that you can kind of like peek under to see like enemies through.
are you telling me that they changed the iron sight on a weapon?
Yes, and it's bothering me because
The
it
void,
does
ladies
not
and
look good.
gentlemen, he plays Wraith and he self identifies as a TTV.
Eh, if I find a good scope, I put it on there. I'm not gonna just like, oh, use iron scopes all game. They're not that good.
But you say that the scopes on some of the Battle Pass weapon skins are good. So what
Yeah.
are you complaining about here?
Because I like it to match. Because now it looks really weird. Because it's just like a bald spot almost on the gun. It does not look pretty.
Fantastic. Well done, Void. Truly an Apex experience.
Yeah.
Truly.
Just like
Well,
me spending $300 to get a Wraith skin. Another
Void,
true
Void,
Apex experience.
Void, you have provided me with the perfect segue. If you think the Apex
Dang.
prices are terrible,
I mean, spending $300 for one skin is pretty bad.
oh, it is. But if you think those prices are terrible, and you think Apex is a terrible game, let me introduce you to another game
That's
that
also
dropped.
terrible.
Yes, that dropped. What was it? Was this a month and a half, 2 months ago?
Roughly, yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't consider it like a new game. They didn't even. They just updated.
Well,
But it took 2 minutes. It took like 5 years
I,
to update.
I have a feeling people listening can probably guess what this game is, but we're gonna be talking about Overwatch 2. Because
Wow.
oh boy, did did that one come out? And I mean the game exists. It's
Sadly,
finally out after what is it?
sadly.
3 years of
Yeah.
hype, excitement.
After waiting, like
Yeah.
the first beta came out like I want to say 2017ish maybe, or like
Are,
2019ish. I don't know.
are you referring to the build that like the Overwatch League people were playing on? Because that came out like two
No,
years ago.
no. What I mean is like so. I don't. I just found this like fairly recently, but there was a beta for Overwatch 2 that was actually like the story mode part of it that was supposed to come out with Overwatch 2, but
Oh,
it's not
I think I
there.
remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looked really cool.
Yeah, except they delayed that content and gave us what I would consider to be Overwatch fans. Please do not hate me for this. I would consider Overwatch 2 to be a massive downgrade in almost every area.
Oh, it is. It is.
I mean, especially with the change from playing 5v5, we're going to 5v5 from 6v6. Because
6 to 5v5. But yes.
thank you, board. Um,
Yeah.
it's not that I don't recognize the problem, right? I absolutely do. Because in Overwatch 1, you had way too many shields, and no one liked shooting through that. But but with the 6v6, you had a decent team build. If one of your people went down, that wasn't an instant loss in any fight.
Well, and if you had one tank that really sucked, you at least had another tank that hopefully didn't suck as much.
Yes, and you also effectively could split the team into two. Have one group go on a flanking mission with a tank, DPS, and support, and keep three people still contesting the objective while they got into position.
Right.
All of that intricacy is gone in Overwatch 2. It's absolutely gone.
It's so sad because
Yeah.
in the so starting out, right, when Overwatch 2 first launched, no one got in, right? So that's just the start of its problems.
Yes, yes.
That's just the start, right? But once I got in, it kicked me out a couple times.
Well,
So that was a little bit of a problem.
it took you
It took like a week.
It took you like a good 4 days to get in. I was
Really.
able to get in. Oh, when was this? I was able to get in. I think the day of for maybe about 2 hours. And then when I got kicked out after like an hour-long session, I was like, screw this. I'm just gonna try again tomorrow.
Well, the stupid thing is, right? So they had the merged accounts, right? So
Yes.
I tried it on the PlayStation, maybe like the day. I don't know if it was the day of or the second day of. It didn't work, right?
Yep.
I go get my Switch. I turned that on. it works.
Charge it up, yeah.
Yeah, I charge it up because obviously it's dead.
Pull,
We don't
pull
we
the
don't use
pull the pull
it.
the switch from the cabinet that you never take stuff from.
Yeah,
Dust it
yeah.
off. Yeah.
But somehow I have to download it, right? But it works. I don't know how it's working on the Switch, and it doesn't work on the PlayStation. It's just so stupid.
Wait. So to this day, your account merge has not happened on the PlayStation.
Oh no, it did, but what I mean is like
Okay.
it would not let me in on the PlayStation,
Oh, I see what
but
you mean. Yep.
it would let me in on the Switch, which doesn't make sense because it's the same account,
And the,
just on like
the
two different platforms.
the launch as a whole was completely botched, right? You had what Blizzard claims to be a DDoS attack, which I don't necessarily believe.
I can believe
I
it, especially because there's like 9,000 players in queue.
well, yes and no, right? I'm a little bit of the track of okay, you should have expected a massive influx of people to be checking out your game today. I'm not entirely unconvinced that it wasn't because they didn't beef the servers up in the last week of Overwatch's existence. That's a completely other segue of this. I hate how unceremoniously they axed Overwatch 1. Like
Right, because the stupid thing is, right? Like, I fully support Overwatch 2 being free. I mean, we'll
yeah,
talk about this in a minute, of why
yeah,
it's also a
yeah.
disadvantage, but I still have to use the Overwatch 1 game, or the disc, to play Overwatch 2, which really makes me mad because I don't think you should have to use the disc to play Overwatch 2. I know there's probably like some workaround that I could like uninstall and then reinstall through the digital version, but yeah.
You most definitely can. More of my
And I really
question.
want to use the disc as a pizza cutter, but you know.
Well, more of my question on it, right, is you killed a perfectly good game. Like for all of the ups and downs the original Overwatch had, um, I would consider it to be a better game than the second Overwatch.
Yeah.
There was just more there, and it felt like there was more. It felt like there was more life in the game, if that made sense. It didn't feel like an absolutely soulless cash grab, which
It
uh,
wasn't even a cash grab. Like the only problem that I ever came in touch with like Overwatch 1, which I probably wouldn't pay for anything for it anyway, is that you had to pay for loot boxes that you might get some cool skins with,
correct,
or you might not. But then when they introduced Overwatch 2 and it's like no loot boxes, what's the point of me leveling
well,
up except for the battle pass?
correct, and again, Void, your transitions are fantastic today.
Thank you.
That's a perfect segue into the biggest issue I have with Overwatch 2. Um, I wouldn't say Overwatch One's system of progression. I can't speak today. Was perfect, but it at least made sense, right? You could play games and get cosmetics from a loot box that you didn't have to pay for. Everything was effectively free, which
Right.
I loved for the seasonal events, especially when they brought back oh, what was it? It was like the the anniversary or like the everything's on sale, you can buy it one last time. I really liked that because now it's like okay, I can just play a bunch of games with my friends, stack up on Overwatch currency, and buy the skins I really want. Or
I
uh,
probably should have done that,
yeah, you should have.
but
You really should have.
I just didn't feel like suffering that much through games. Just possibly get like 25 currency.
Which is fair.
25 of the currency.
Which is an entirely fair argument. I'm just saying I liked that system of progression better, right? You go in,
Right.
you play a couple of games, even in I think it was the quick play mode or the arcade mode. You have you have the if you win 9 games, you get 3 loot boxes per
No,
week.
that's for a special event. Oh yeah, yeah. But that's
Yeah,
also for special events where if you win
yes,
like 9 games, you would get special
You got like a
skin.
spray or something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then like I think on the regular quick play mode, you could like play like a healer or a tank to get like 20 coins.
It was it was. I think you're right. It was either tank and support or support and flex that always had that option there.
Probably
Uh,
flex.
yeah,
The only thing I know for certain, it was never DPS. Never.
exactly.
The
Well,
one I
and
like to play most, never. No.
the the other thing I know for certain is that I never in Overwatch 1, I never had to spend a dime to get something cool.
No.
Like
Well, you didn't want to.
you didn't want to, and the game actively incentivized you to be like, you don't need to spend money.
Right.
Overwatch 2, on the other hand, is, and I know because I've complained constantly about the Apex shop to Void here, but it's like the shop is terrible, which is again why talking about how Apex redid their shop
Well,
at the beginning is
it's not a
genius.
bad concept. Like the concept of having a shop, I think many people wanted. Just like I don't think it's like set up horribly. I just think that the fact that you had to pay to get any skins, like if you're a new player, you have to pay to
Yes,
get the stupidest skin. Like just like, oh, it's just a slight bit blue compared to the other skin. Who's
right.
gonna pay for that? Who's
Correct.
gonna want that?
And I would agree. I don't think, in theory, right, and this is assuming you fit all of the issues with having to pay $20 for one skin,
Well,
or
here's the thing. So I just,
not being able to buy the archived seasonal skins with currency, right?
well, I just sent you
I'm gonna
like an
post in the shop.
article. I just sent you like an article, right? Just
Oh
like
yeah.
maybe a little bit ago. So they're changing like the pricing on it, but it's only for like the legacy currency, which is like not the yellow one, it's the white one.
Oh, you did. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
probably changing it down to like the original price of 1,000,
I mean,
which
I can
which
pull it up
lets
here if you keep
yeah,
talking.
which lets you buy for any old players that have that currency, would let you buy in the old skins without having to pay actual money. But for any new players, you're still gonna have to get
Yeah.
buy currency to be
So
able to get the skins.
exactly. So I'm gonna quote directly from this because it's easier than trying to explain it, right? And again, in keeping with all traditional MLA citations of tell us where you got this from, I'm gonna tell you the website so that you can't come after me for copyright infringement if that's a thing. Is that a thing? I don't think that's a thing.
Yes, I got like flagged for playing Overwatch in
That's
like
right.
my
You got
title.
a you got a copyright strike for
I don't
something.
even know what it's for.
Yeah.
I think it's because I put Overwatch in my title and I put Overwatch in like the overview banner frame or something. I
It
don't
might
know.
have been that. It might have been that. But whatever. So
It's
so
stupid. I'll change it eventually.
the article Void sent is from WindowsCentral.com, and it says in response to the feedback, developer Blizzard has reduced the price of cosmetics from the original game down to what they originally were. This means that legendary skins now cost 1,000 currency instead of 19,000, while epic skins are just 250 currency instead of 1,000. So to put that in actual money terms, real quick, 1,000 is just about $10.
Well, it depends where you live, but in US it's $10.
I'm
I think
doing
it's
it based off of U.S.
relatively.
currency because
Yeah.
I don't feel like typing in what the conversion rate to
Let's convert this
euros
real
are.
quick.
Yeah. Um, but that's just about $10 per skin in the U.S.,
Right.
which
I mean,
is
it's
obscene.
better, but it's better, but still
Right, and I will.
kind of like Apex.
Well, Apexes are at least reasonably priced, and 9 times out of 10, you get them in a bundle.
Yeah.
I was literally just about to say how much I love the Call of Duty bundle system
Oh my gosh, you could pay
because
$20, right? to get like a skin that you might not want, but it has like stuff in it. But
Yes,
then you can get like 20 currency, which is the same thing you just got, so that
yeah,
you can buy the skin that you want.
especially
It's so genius.
especially in I think it was Cold War because I didn't play
Yeah,
Vanguard
mainly
or
Cold War.
I didn't play Vanguard unlike you because Vanguard's a terrible game. From
You don't own it for that reason.
No, I don't own it. I don't want to own it. Vanguard is a terrible game. It deserves to burn in hell. I'm on record saying that the game is terrible. Um, but there were there were bundles that you could just buy for like $20 outright that gave you, if I'm remembering this correctly, a skin, a gun, and like $20 worth of currency.
Right? Yeah.
You effectively got two skins for free, which was genius. And, even if you just bought stuff for currency, right? Everything you got in a pack, it wasn't just one skin or one gun. It was you constantly got a skin, maybe two guns, a vehicle thing, a finishing move, stuff like that, which was a genius way. Like I spent so much money in Cold War because all
Oh
of the
my
bundles that
gosh,
I got
yes.
were good. Like legitimately, everything in there was good. But
Right.
but the problem comes in when you look at what Overwatch did, and it's like there's skins coming out. Like they just updated the shop. I think it was yesterday, and there's a really cool uh uh Hanzo skin. They put a bundle out for the Hanzo skin. The thing's like $30, which
Right.
is obscene because all you get from it is it's one skin, a spray, a voice line,
And let's be honest here.
and maybe an emote.
Let's be honest here. How many
Yeah,
people really use sprays and voice lines? Like I use it maybe, but I love using emotes. That's like the only thing I would use,
I
and of course the skin. But that's it.
I would say personally, right, and this is going from pulling stuff from an Overwatch One loot box. Skins were always the best thing. That those were the things I wanted. Um, Outside of that, it would be skins, emotes for characters I used, and oh crap, was it highlight intros?
But
Those were the three.
the worst thing that to happen to Apex, I think, with loot boxes, is when they introduce like legendary emotes and legendary uh
Well, so
sprays, stuff like that.
for Apex, yes, because it clutters the system. The
No,
the
it
leg
makes you very disappointed when it's like, oh, hey, a legendary. Oh, it's just a pose or it's just that.
correct. I mean,
And
the
same thing
the,
for
the,
Overwatch.
the benefit with Overwatch is unless you get a player icon, which you can't even buy now. So it's actually probably good they put those in the loot boxes in Overwatch One. But unless you got, I think it was like a player icon, a voice line, an emote. Not an emote. A spray. I mean, I could go back and forth on the currency in the later days, like in the end days of Overwatch One. I loved getting currency because then I could just buy whatever I wanted.
Right.
But in the days before, they put everything on sale, it's kind of useless. Um, but most of the stuff in the Overwatch loot box was fine. It's like great. I get it for free. I didn't have to pay for it, but I don't want this.
Right. I don't want this useless item.
Right, exactly. And you make that 10 times worse by putting a bundle with one skin that you want filled with three filler things
Well, especially when
in the
so
shop.
the battle pass, right? Costs ten
Oh yeah,
dollars.
here we go. Yep, yep,
Costs $10. Now,
yep.
if you consistently play Overwatch, you'll likely make it
Like
to
I have.
level 80. No, you're not consistent. You that's all you play.
I'm on 50. This is slander. I do not only play Overwatch. I played Warzone, not Warzone. Modern Warfare last night. This is slander.
Sorry, sorry.
This is slander.
Anyway, if you play consistently, you'll probably get to 80 by close to the end of the season.
Yes.
And that is that's at least like I think 4 to 5 legendary skins that has a bunch of different sprays, emotes, whatever. And that's only $10. But if you buy something from the store, that's $20 to $30 worth of one legendary skin, one spray, stuff, just like at least one of those things, which is
Correct.
not worth it.
No, exactly. Well, and you didn't touch on the main problem. There's two main problems. Sorry, three main problems with the battle pass. I thought of two while I was making the sentence. The
Wait,
first
no,
problem,
18.
there's a lot. The first one,
There's too many.
and probably the most glaringly obvious, is there's nothing in the battle pass. It's crap.
Except for the legendary skins. Those are okay.
Are you talking about the Genji skin on tier 80 or all the other ones?
That one is great. No one can deny that. Even if you don't play Genji like me, I definitely don't. I don't play him. I can't play him. It's great. I love that you can customize it. I
Yep.
feel like you should be able to customize more than 3 categories per thing, but it's still
That's a
great.
completely separate argument, but correct. Yeah.
Right, right. Uh, I do like most of the skins. I feel like some of them kind of suck.
The
Like
McCree skin.
that's not a legendary skin, but yes, that sucks.
Yeah, it exactly why I called it out because it's absolutely terrible.
The soldier skin is the best one I have because there's no skins I can buy for free, obviously. But it's still
Oh yeah, yep.
it's not that great.
Yeah, so
There's a couple
with
others, but
with the exception of skins, and Void, I know I'm gonna put a dagger to your heart with this. Everything else is terrible, including your beloved pineapple pizza emote.
that thing's fantastic though. That's the one great thing.
With the exception of the skins, everything else in that battle pass is filler. The second problem, so the first problem is there's nothing in there that people legitimately want. The second problem,
Like for like season 1, honestly, because
well,
usually like in other games, like season 1 skins are usually kind of bad because like
but they're
in
also
other
going to be the most coveted after in like 4 seasons.
probably
Apex, we're looking at you.
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what order to go next with this. I think I'm going to do this. The second biggest issue here is you get no currency from the battle pass, and
Right. So like in
ev- ev-
Apex, right? If you
not even just
complete
Apex, not just Apex. Every battle
Warzone, Call of
pass,
Duty,
Warzone, Fortnite, and Apex are the big three battle passes I consider. They
mhm.
all give you the chance to earn back your currency.
Well,
Every
that's the
single
thing,
one
right?
of them.
So you spend $10, which is about 1,000 currency,
You potentially spend up
roughly.
to 20 if you want to skip 20 tiers as well.
Yeah, Apex it's more like 30 now, but you know,
Continue.
taxes. Uh,
Woo! That's another
but
issue.
but it gives you the opportunity to regain what you spent, which is really nice. So it gives you another incentive to finish the battle pass, is to get the currency that you spent or the money you spent back.
Because then you can buy another battle pass.
Right. You could buy another battle pass. You could buy another skin. Anything really.
Right,
But in
exactly.
but in Overwatch, you can't do that because there's no currency that you can collect. So you can't. So if you want to consistently have the battle pass, because you never know. I mean, your main May could have the next or mythic skin next season.
Exactly.
So you might
Exactly.
want to buy that.
Right.
But now you can't because you're broke and and you don't have any coins from the previous battle pass because there are no coins.
Correct.
So
Exactly.
there you have to end up you have to go get a job, you have to fill out resumes, stuff like that. And it's just a hassle just to get you mythic May skin. Is it?
I love how you devolved from having an absolutely great point to you have to get a job to afford your May skin.
You do though.
Your point was gold, and then you kept talking, and I'm like, what? Where are you going here?
Yeah.
The second issue with the third, and this is probably the biggest issue, especially going into season. What was it? Season 2,
Yeah.
right?
Can you not count, Nate?
He had one season. Oh my
What?
goodness! He's only had one season of Overwatch 2. Oh my!
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my! The last issue is putting heroes in the battle pass, and I, I've seen the argument for or in support of it, basing it off of games like Apex, where you have to buy uh the different legends once they come out, with either coins you pay for or what's it called, legend currency? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
legend tokens.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad.
No, and
It makes sense. And it
correct. The
yeah.
difference with Apex and is Apex, you cannot switch your character on the fly.
Right.
You can't drop, with exceptions not limited to the kind of like the fun arcadey modes. You cannot drop into an Apex match, discover that, oh crap, I should have picked Bloodhound instead of Mirage, and flip halfway through.
Well, and you only have
You
one
can't do it.
life. You only have
Exactly.
one life in Apex and Fortnite and games like that.
Exactly. So
Exception Call of Duty. I mean, they
yeah,
don't really have they don't
correct.
have characters. They just have
We
guns.
they have they have operators, but at the same time, like the operator
They do
isn't
nothing.
the operator
They're a
doesn't
skin.
give you anything.
They're a
Exactly.
skin.
Exactly. The thing with Overwatch though is a and I know some people will vehemently disagree about this, but if you jump in as I'm gonna stick to use tank as an example, right? If you drop in as Diva, right, into a match,
Hmm.
and you are just absolutely getting rolled, like you can't get anything done. You
You're like, oh, maybe I should switch my character because
maybe I should
either
switch to
I'm
like
playing
Sigma or Ryan or someone like that,
maybe
right, to try and get something done here.
right because I could be playing wrong, my teammates could be playing
Exactly,
wrong.
exactly.
But
And by
when
putting
someone picks a Mirage in an Apex match, you can
you
do
shut
nothing
your mouth, you
but sit
shut
back
your mouth,
and watch him die in the most funny way possible.
shut your mouth. But yes, um, yes, but the benefit to being able to do that, right, is if you roll out with and this is from my 2 weeks of esports experience. If you roll out with a dive composition, right, or you roll out with a specific comp in mind, and you hit a wall, you can change on the fly to get what you need and perform actions that you wouldn't have been able to with other comps, right? By restricting any new hero into the battle pass, you significantly reduce the ability to change on the fly. You limit the creativity of both teams, because if and I'm fully expecting this to happen at some point. Thankfully, it didn't with Kariko.
Yeah,
If a new hero comes out absolutely broken and they're behind a
like
battle pass, that
like
ruins the
this
game. That
like
ruins the
this
game
new
for at
guy,
least 2 weeks.
that can probably one hit punch anything.
I would not be surprised if he can one tap people. I would
Yep.
not be surprised if Ramatra can one tap.
Like I don't know if any other listeners have heard of this new character, but
Ramatra,
he's
he looks
a
cool. He
buff
looks really cool.
Zenyatta. He's a buff Zenyatta.
False. He's a tank Zenyatta with a stick, and he can turn it. He can turn into a better version of Doomfist.
Oh, wow.
They did Doomfist dirty in this game. He is terrible.
He's useless.
Yes, he
It's
is.
like It's like if Doomfist broke his legs, so now that he can't, like, he broke his legs from jumping up in the air and crashing down too hard, so he can, so he can't jump anymore. Like, he can't do a super jump anymore. Like, all he can do is like sad ground punch that only has like 5 meter range. It's
Support
really
phasing. I support flipping him from DPS to tank, but good lord, you have to give him better usability than, oh, if I punch someone, it'll just feel like a tickle. Like, good
yeah.
lord.
Well, and
But
then
yeah,
it's ridiculous because they removed Bastion from the game for a hot second, and
that
then
that
now
that was warranted. That was warranted.
it was,
That
but
was
then they
warranted.
because he has with his ultimate ability, right? He was able to blow up as many people as he wanted to within like the
Yes,
10
Void.
second.
Complain about Bastion's ultimate. Do it. Please do
It
it.
sucks. It
Do
sucks.
it.
I
Go
can't
off.
kill anyone with this stupid thing. I should be able to send as many nukes over to the enemy team as I want.
But no.
See, if they're on the point, right? I'll do like a nice like 3 nukes around the point because I know they can't run that fast. But somehow I only get like 1 kill maybe, and that's a big maybe.
This is why you play Moira, Void, and fade into the backline and pop your ult. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. I'm not kidding. In bronze, it works every time. It works every
Well,
time. It's so
well,
nasty.
then they fixed that, right? They returned Passion, but then there was a
Yep.
bug where if if uh May puts a wall up in a corner, a specific corner, I think it was.
Oh wait, is this why she got? I never even knew
Yeah,
why she got removed. I just knew that she got removed.
they should remove Kuriko, honestly. But but
It, explain why May got removed though. To be
but
fair,
so
I totally support this because May is
oh, she's annoying.
she's so annoying to play against.
Uh, so she'd board herself up in a corner with her ice wall, right?
Yep.
And then she'd be like stuck behind the corner. Kuriko would be on the other side of the room roughly, and she'd use her teleport ability to
Yep.
like phase to her. But since she's bored up against a wall in the corner, she phases into a wall, and she basically becomes an unkillable object, and she can throw her knives or something through the wall.
So they banned or they removed May for a Kuriko exploit.
It was a bit of both exploit, but I don't know
Okay.
whose main fault that was.
I would say.
I assume they might fix it so like
I mean, you have to fix
I
it
don't
on
know.
both ends, but
Well,
off
not
the rip,
necessarily,
off the rip though, I would assume that that would be a
because
Kuriko issue. That
well,
wouldn't be a May issue because May's not teleporting.
not necessarily because if you think about it, they can't like stop her from going through walls. Right? The command is like something like teleporting through walls to the
But
teammate, so they can't stop that
if
because
she
technically her ice thing is a wall.
if she instead of teleporting into the playable area, right? If she's teleporting into the wall, that's not a May issue because the May wall is a was it a 5 second temporary structure or something? It's not an issue of May. It's an issue of Kuriko pathing bad. I think.
Yeah,
Genius. Well done. Thank you, Void.
you're welcome.
So I'll keep playing it. I enjoy it, but at the same time, good lord, do not give your money to this game. Like,
No, it's not
please
worth it.
don't. There's so much they need to fix. There's so much they need to look at and improve it. It's a little bit of a nightmare. So if you were considering buying that reasonably priced $20 Hanzo skin in the shop, please don't.
Please don't.
Just please
Wait
no.
for wait for the battle pass to have your ma-
Your
majestic
mythic Hanzo skin.
May. No, your majestic mythic May skin. Just
That's
wait.
right.
It's
That's
only
right.
half the price of that Hanzo skin anyway. It's better to get the May skin because you
And
may
50
know.
hours of your sanity.
Because you may know, obviously. You don't want to go have to get a job through May.
No. Although, Void, Overwatch 2, I think brings up I think it brings up a good argument. Have you ever
Which
heard of
is
the ship of Theseus?
shut
No. You see, it's applicable here. Overwatch 1, right? They destroyed it. They took the pieces of Overwatch 1 and they rebuilt the boat in Overwatch 2. So technically, the ship of Theseus analogy, it works. It's it's the same boat, but it's a different boat.
It's the same game, but a different game.
Ship of Theseus, it works. Just trust me.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I'm sure it does.
It works. Trust me. The ship of Theseus is alive and well. Oh God. So
Yeah.
looking at the time,
Yeah.
this thing's gonna be the longest episode we've recorded. Take a guess how long this thing's gonna be.
40 minutes.
Yep.
Hey, let's go.
42.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's fun. But yeah, so point of this podcast talk, whatever you want to call it, don't give Overwatch your money. At least not right now. Please
Ever.
don't.
Unless it has an epic majestic May skin.
I will.
Then give Overwatch money.
Void, I will expect you to buy the epic May skin if it ever comes. I expect this at this point.
Yeah, I probably will. You know, it's the only thing worth buying at this point.
And with that, I think we can draw this episode to a close. Tuck it into bed, kiss it goodnight, and never see it again.
Lock it in the basement.
No, that's what I'm going to do to you. Thank you, everyone,
I'm
so much
so
for
hungry.
watching, for being patient with us over these last, 4 months. We've had a little bit of a hectic time, but we're glad to be able to be back and finally record something for you.
I made a video like 3 months ago, so you're behind, buddy.
Good for you. I cannot promise when the next one of these will be out. Just
5
that
months.
thank you. Just that I will try to get one out sooner than 4 months. That might happen. That might not. I don't know. It depends
It's not
on my
a promise,
schedule.
it's a threat.
But Void. I'm
What?
I'm about to give our audience a great opportunity here. So listen up.
Yeah.
I love when you just go silent. That's like, listen up. I'm about to give him an opportunity, and it's like, yep.
That's great. You know.
But so,
Yeah.
we obviously are two idiots who can't come up with content, except in the spur of the moment. You just saw how we rambled about Overwatch and other games for almost 45 minutes now.
He called me up and asked me what we should talk about.
I did, exactly.
A minute before we started. A minute.
Don't give away my secrets. But if you, dear listener, have an idea, have a premonition of something that we could talk about, something that would be funny, something that would at least give us 20 minutes of content. No. If you know me personally, send me a message. Send me a message. If you know me personally, send me a message. Let me know. Let me know your great and wonderful cosmic mistake idea that you have. And maybe you'll sit on the show. Maybe we'll invite you to be on the show. Who knows? Point is, we need content and we need it bad. So if you want to have a chance to...
Just maybe. If you look down in the comments, there might be a phone number down there.
I'm not putting my phone number in the comments. No. But if you want a chance to be on the show... I'm trying to make a point here.
Fine.
But if you guys want to have a chance to be on the show, or just have a really good idea that you want to see us talk about, please feel free to give me an idea, shoot me a message, put it in the comments down below, put it somewhere I'll see it, so that me and Void can potentially even talk about it. You can talk now.
That's great.
Alrighty then. And with that, I will do as we traditionally do. Void, do you have any last closing comments to this debate?
This episode's taken so much time that my dinner's now cold. I hope you all enjoy the fact my dinner's now cold.
Thank you, Void. Thank you. We here at Cosmic Mistakes, we love to make sure you can't eat dinner at a normal time. And with that, we should probably close. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you for everyone for tuning in and sticking with us over these last 4 months. We love to have you here, and we're excited to make more content. And as always, have a good day. See you next time. Have a good one. Oh, God, no. No.
Greg, leave. Leave us now.
Leave, Craig. Leave.
Looks like a teddy bear. Soft little teddy bear.
AV. Hang on. If I just do this.
It's been so long you forgot.
Yes. Oh, wait, hang on. I think I can just hit the stop recording button. I'm stupid.